Hello, exceptionals. What if I told you that the secret to high impact work isn't about doing more, but about stepping away entirely? Most leaders feel overwhelmed, constantly busy, and yet struggle to make real progress. The problem isn't time management. The problem is that you never have time to think. And that's why the most effective leaders and thinkers protect something most people ignore: a disconnected day. And in this video, we'll cover what a disconnected day is and why it's the most powerful productivity tool, why most people never experience true focus and how to fix it, how a single day offline can transform your clarity, decisions, and output, and a step-by-step guide to implementing your first disconnected day. Let's get into it. Welcome to Excel, the place where the exceptionals come to get better every day. My name is Juliet Igwe, your leadership coach and education consultant. Let's begin with looking at the hidden problem, why you are always in response mode. Most professionals live in constant reaction mode. Emails, meetings, Slack messages, phone calls, urgent requests. Your brain is always shifting between tasks, never really diving deep into anything. Even when you do work, it's often shallow. Small decisions, quick responses, and low impact tasks. And what's the result? You feel busy but don't really see progress. I believe you can relate to that. You struggle with clarity on big decisions. You rarely have time for creative strategic thinking. The reason is because you are never fully disconnected. Here is the truth, my friends. The biggest breakthroughs, the game-changing ideas, the strategic insights don't happen when you are reacting. They happen when you create the space to actually think. So what's the solution then? I call it a disconnected day. A disconnected day is one full work day where you completely unplug from meetings, emails, notifications, and low-value tasks. It's not about being unproductive, no. It's about being strategically unavailable so you can focus on high-level thinking, deep work, and problem solving. A disconnected day works because it eliminates cognitive overload. It helps your brain to get uninterrupted thinking time. It leads to high impact decisions where big problems require deep thinking, not quick fixes. A disconnected day will help you to achieve that. It also helps you to boost your creativity because your best ideas happen when you are not constantly reacting, and it helps you reset priorities. You finally get time to work on what truly matters, what truly moves the needles. So how do you implement a disconnected day? Number one, schedule it before the world schedules it for you. You just have to pick one day per month or bi-weekly for your disconnected day. Block it on your calendar like an unmovable meeting. Inform your team in advance. They need to know you'll be offline. And secondly, set boundaries and remove distractions. No meetings, no calls, no emails, no Slack, no notifications. If needed, set up an out-of-office message. You can set up a message that reads, "Today is my deep work day. I'll be back tomorrow. If it's urgent, please contact." You include an alternative person they can contact for that particular job. Then you change your environment. Work from a quiet space away from typical office distractions. Step 3, focus on high impact work. You might be wondering, what should I do on a disconnected day? The first thing you should do is strategic planning. Map out your long-term priorities and goals. And you can also do your creative work like writing, brainstorming, and designing. You can take big decisions using that period to solve complex problems without interruptions. And you can also use that disconnected day for your process improvements, where you streamline your workflows, eliminate inefficiencies in your office so that everything will work smoothly. Or you can use it for your self-reflection, where you use that opportunity to assess what's working and what needs to change. You see how beautiful a disconnected day could be. And the fourth step is to reflect and optimize. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what insights did I gain from this disconnected day? What decision became clearer as a result of this timeout? How can I apply this to my daily workflow? Most people feel mentally refreshed and more in control after just one disconnected day. And imagine what happens when you make it a habit. Leaders who regularly practice disconnected days make better, faster decisions. They spend less time on low-value tasks and more on high-impact work. They experience less stress and mental fatigue. They build a company culture where deep thinking is valued over busyness. You know the irony? You'll actually be more productive, not less. So what's your challenge here? I want you to try it and see the difference. I challenge you to pick one day in the next 2 weeks. Block it. Inform your team. Turn off distractions. Dive deep into your most important work. Then come back and drop a comment on this video to let us know how it changed your productivity. All right, to add more value to you on this video, I want to show you how you can actually implement this disconnected day as an organization. And here, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, you're missing out. Hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an upload that help you get better every day as a leader and as an individual. So it's one thing for an individual to implement a disconnected day. But what if an entire team or company could adopt it? When organizations embrace strategic deep work time, they unlock better decision making, increased innovation, and higher quality output without really adding more hours to the work week. Here's how to build a culture that supports focused, high impact work. Step 1, create a company-wide deep work culture. Very important. You know, most workplaces value availability over effectiveness. I can attest to this. I've actually experienced it, and it does not add value. And to shift from this, you need to educate your teams on the value of disconnected days. How will you do that? Host a session or workshop on why deep work is critical for long-term success. Then, during the meeting, share examples of companies that thrive with fewer interruptions. Example, Basecamp, or you can explore Cal Newport's research on deep work. Then the next thing you are going to do is to shift from a response culture to a result culture. Instead of measuring productivity by how fast people respond, measure by the quality of work produced. Leaders should lead by example, my friends. If executives protect their time, employees will do. Now, the second step is for you to implement focused days or deep work mornings. Instead of each person choosing their own disconnected day, organizations can implement company-wide deep work blocks to avoid issues. Now, you can set a standard weekly focus time where meetings, emails, and Slacks are paused. For example, you can say every Wednesday morning between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. is an organization-wide deep work time. Why does this work? It works because employees will not feel pressured to be available, and leaders will set the expectation that thinking and creating matter more than constant availability at the office. And teams will experience fewer distractions at the same time, making deep work more effective. Alternative approach to this could be implementing monthly strategy days where entire teams go offline to focus on planning, innovation, and problem solving. Step 3 is to rethink your meetings and communication norms. Most deep work fail because meetings and messages interrupt focus time. Sometimes these meetings are actually useless. So you have to reduce those meetings that do not add value to your organization. Challenge every meeting with, can this be an email? Implement no meeting days, example, no internal meeting on Tuesdays. Or you can use asynchronous updates instead of pulling people into real-time calls. My friends, time is life. As much as possible, you need to guide your time and invest it wisely into something that will add more value to the individuals working in that organization and to the organization at large. Then you set communication expectations. Encourage a response time policy. You can say, instead of instant replies, you can say emails will be answered within 24 hours, not immediately. You can also implement Slack-free or email-free blocks where employees can work uninterrupted. The first step for you to implement disconnected day as an organization is to equip your team with the right tools and support. For a disconnected day culture to thrive, employees need deep work-friendly tools. Something like noise cancelling headphones or focus music playlist. Tools like freedom or rescue time to block interruptions. Quiet spaces for deep work, where you have to set up areas in the office where you don't have calls, no meetings, no interruptions, just focus work. Then you can also allow your remote workers to schedule home-based deep work days. Then you trust and autonomy. You need to trust your employees to manage their focus time instead of micromanaging them. Encourage output-driven performance over time spent at the desk. Very, very important. The fifth step is for you to measure and optimize the impact. To ensure disconnected days and deep work initiatives are successful, there should be survey. Ask your employees, how often do you get uninterrupted deep work time? What's the biggest distractions in your workday, and what change would help you to be more focused? You should also track your productivity gains by comparing pre- and post-implementation results in output quality, efficiency, and innovation. You should also use KPIs like project completion rates, strategic goals achieved, or reduction in unnecessary meetings. Then, what next? Iterate and improve. Start small, experiment and refine based on team feedback. Then you adjust your focus times, communication rules, or meeting cadence to fit your team's workflow. So, my friends, here is your challenge. Do you want your workplace to thrive with fewer distractions and more meaningful work? Share this video with your team and start the conversation about implementing disconnected days. Suggest a pilot program where your team tries one no meeting focus morning per week, or one monthly strategy day, or a deep work first policy for morning. Then measure impact. You'll be surprised how much more productive, strategic, and creative your organization becomes. That's it today, my exceptional friends. If this was valuable, hit like, subscribe for more high impact productivity insights. Let's make work actually work for us, not the other way around. Until we see you again in our next video, stay blessed.